belly.
Are you in the water swimming? You are? Hey guys, what's up? Just down here at the creek today, wading around. Thought I'd take you on a little tour with us. Actually, this is the James River we're walking on right here. Man, I tell you what, this is how I grew up fishing right here, just wading creeks, man. There's nothing better than wading a creek to learn about how to catch bass. I mean, so much of the stuff that I learned about bass fishing came from fishing creeks like this. I mean, because you can understand especially how bass relate to and how they move around and set up around current. Probably so much I learned about bass fishing I learned when I was a teenager or even younger wading these creeks here. And you can just learn a tremendous amount about how they get in eddies and that type of stuff. But one of the things I want to talk about today is just sort of some stuff to look for real quick. You know, one of the pieces of advice I'll give you guys as far as catching fish around creeks like this, if you're wading, is get away from these access points like these bridges. Most of the time, these creeks are on private property, so you can't get in anywhere except around these bridges. And these bridges are the worst part about creeks. There's a bunch of knothead, knucklehead people down here littering. So the first thing you have to do is go upstream, get away from the bridge as far as you can. I generally like to get probably at least a half a mile above any bridge before I start fishing. And in that situation, it seems like you take yourself away from a lot of the people that just stay close. But some of the things you want to look for is just, it's typical shoreline fish. You know, it could be shoreline covers, just could be grass like that. Anytime you got a log, see the log jam up there in front of us, that log jam right there, that type of stuff is so key on rivers. Anytime you're wading and that type of stuff, normally what you have around log jams like that is you've got some type of a dugout from the current that comes in there, and it's usually there's a deeper hole, especially on the upper end of that stuff. Fish always set up in that hole there. You can catch fish just going down the flat sides of the banks like this, you know, with like a little Rapala mint or something on that, but most of the time you need to be around, you know, some type of a deal like that, some type of cover in the water.
Daddy.
One of the places you don't want to waste any time at when you're bass fishing in the creek is around any type of riffles like this. Now maybe for trout, but not for bass. Normally the upriver portion before you get to some...
Daddy.
What?
I got down the creek.
You did? You gotta be careful, these rocks are slick. But normally the upriver side, before you get to current, it's not very deep, these aren't any good. But if you go down below there, usually like the first pool below, sometimes there'll be fish setting in some of the pool on the downside part of the current. So that's another good thing to learn. Anytime you can see this, throw out here, you can see, like I said, the eddies created below this little ripple can usually hold some good ones too. What are they doing?
They're nibbling on my hairs and somehow just grabbing them away.
They're nibbling on your leg hairs?
Yeah. Daddy!
What? He's getting his leg hairs nibbled on by minnows.
Daddy,
huh?
I tell you something.
What?
Hey, there's soap.
Huh?
Right on that bush.
There is?
Yeah, there's soap.
Huh. You know, to me, one of the funnest things about creeks is catching crawdads, man. There's nothing more I love than catching crawdads on a creek. There's one right there. It's just, there he goes. But I've learned so much about just nature, turning these rocks over. There's a little one there. You know, no telling what you're going to find. A hellgrammite, you know, minnows, snakes, everything underneath there. There's a little one right there. There he is. Yeah. And it's a great way to take kids there. Also, you learn a lot about colorations. Most of the crawdads in Missouri are like that. They're green and brown. There's not much color to them. And so that's just a lot of fun. Okay guys, just a quick tour of the creek. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna get over here and catch some more crawdads with the boys and, you know, just sort of enjoy the evening. So try to get out the creek, man. If you guys hadn't been wading, get out the creek. It'll take you back to being a kid again, man. Talk to you guys later.